Today, we're in the herd with the Bison Leadership Academy. For the fifth straight year, members of Bucknell's 27 varsity sports gathered to learn how to be better leaders at the Bison Leadership Academy. Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator Maisha Kelly welcomed the group of student athletes who had been identified by their coaches and peers as leaders, and she pointed out how important this academy is. And Kelly said that for a second year in a row, members of the Student Leaders Seminar, who mainly hail from the U.S. Naval Academy, would help facilitate the day's activities. She also introduced the group to Dr. Joe Thomas, who works at the Naval Academy and conducts leadership training at the Academy, the University of Maryland, and throughout the region. He says he really enjoys his sessions with Bucknell student athletes.
I had the great fortune last year to participate probably in a half a dozen conversations on a variety of topics, from communications skills, how to have tough conversations, any number of things related to leadership. In each instance, I learned a great deal from these young men and women who are so dedicated, so sharp, so focused to the success as I said, on the field, on the court, on the mat. And it's just a real inspiration.
Kelly says that the Academy has grown in scope and purpose in each of its first 5 years, and with the resources devoted to the program, she knows it will continue to grow.
We're very fortunate in athletics to be able to have a dedicated leadership academy for student athletes due to benefactors like Bill Deerstein, who's made this an opportunity for not only the 50 student athletes that participated today, but we do see it growing and being able to incorporate more student athletes over the course of time, as well as having staff members dedicated to this area.
After the initial welcome, the student athletes divided into groups for breakout sessions. And then they had to implement what they learned in an outdoor exercise, which mimicked what some of the Naval Academy's Marines had to endure when dealing with improvised explosive devices while on deployment in Iraq or Afghanistan. Men's lacrosse player Zach Hankhouse says he was certainly impressed.
Having people come from the Naval Academy, especially guys who have been studying leadership for 200 years, to see their perspective on leadership and what it takes to be successful is amazing as student athletes here at Bucknell. So we're very privileged to have the Leadership Academy here, and it was a great day. I think I learned a lot.
For women's basketball player Jackie Klotz, the Saturday spent at the Leadership Academy showed her that she can learn from Bucknell student athletes in other sports.
During the conversations, we definitely learned that we'll all face the same types of difficulties in leadership and being on a team, and that really allows us to view their perspective and see what they're getting out of it and out of their process, and we can all learn from the things that each other are doing and apply them to our own sport.
After Saturday, leaders from each of Bucknell's varsity teams understand that leadership is hard, but that influence tactics can be learned, and that if you stick with the basics, the return on investment will be great.